What's the haps? I'm Meroka, and today I'm going to be taking a quick look at Desperate Times by Yokcos. This is a shoot 'em up, which is, as you all know, a genre I much love. This one's twist is that the weapons are all kind of randomized and you don't get a lot of say over what they are, is pretty much the long and the short of it. It's a pretty short affair. I've not sunk a lot of time into this game, honestly, probably 45-50 minutes tops. Normally I would put a lot more time into something before taking a critical look at it, but honestly, there are 5 levels in the game. I've gotten to the boss of level 4 very, very comfortably, so I haven't actually beaten it, but I only got there once. I reckon I could probably do it. On the options menu, there are an array of things that are mostly unsatisfactory and somewhat unexplained. Some of it I don't know what it is, some of it just doesn't do what you need it to do. Screen shake. You know what screen shake is? That makes the screen shake. It goes up to 500%. You should not put it up to 500% because the game is unplayable. Flashing. It goes up to 200%. Makes the screen flash when you shoot and hit things. I've not really noticed any significant change if you turn it up. It doesn't seem to do anything, you know, more dramatic. I guess you can turn it off if you don't like it, though. Freeze frames. Gonna be honest, I'm not sure what that does. I've tried changing it. It's still, I can't figure out what that did. Sound effects and music on separate sliders, so tick to that box, that's okay. Flash rate is between 1 and 30 Hz. Guess that's related to the flashing effect, but again, I didn't notice much difference when I changed it, so I don't rightly know. Close HUD, I guess, is just kind of a personal preference, changes the HUD, so it is differently placed. Personal preference kind of thing. You can make it full screen or windowed mode. No real resolution control, so that's not top-notch either. Controls are rebindable and can be rebound from your gamepad, but you can't rebind the gamepad. You can use your gamepad to rebind, and go into the menu to rebind the keyboard controls. And it's a shmup, so you shouldn't be using a keyboard, goddammit. So let us talk about what there should be in this control menu. You know what there should be in this control menu? Calibration for your gamepad that you should be playing the game on. There is no calibration for your gamepad in this game. And I have 2 different Xbox pads. I've got an official one and an unofficial one. Mad Catz branded thing. The Mad Catz one was the one I started playing the game with first. I actually don't know what most of these default options should have been, because the analog stick is insanely sensitive on that, so much so that it needs a dead zone calibration. And it, like, without even touching the analog stick, it just kind of flicked its way through this menu and changed a bunch of stuff to Lord only knows what. And there's also no reset to default option. This should probably be a reset to default option. That should probably be in there. So yeah, definitely needs dead zone calibration for some controllers. That particular Mad Catz Pro controller definitely needs it. My official Xbox pad, which is the controller you'd think would work normally and typically and traditionally, the analog stick only is kind of semi-functional in the menus. It's actually perfectly fine once you get into the game, but I have to use a D-pad to go through these menus. The analog stick sometimes lets you move through the menus, and then sometimes does nothing whatsoever, so I can't even fathom that one out at all. At any rate, those are my particular gripes with the game. With all that said, it is at least a mildly entertaining concept once we get into the thing and everything actually works, which it does when we're into the game, so we should probably do that. There's some screen shake for you. And now we get to shoot the things. It's a shmup. We shoot things. We get a little pew-pew-pew-pew shooter. But then, eventually, we will run out of ammunition. Oh no! What happens when we run out of ammunition? Random things. Every time you run out of ammunition in this game, you get another entirely randomly assigned weapons. There's kind of about, I think the game claims I think there's 40 base weapons. I think a lot of stuff we're going to get early on will be the base weapons, like a sword gun. Now we shoot swords. But as you progress, we're going to get sillier and sillier things, and it will kind of add modifiers of things. So it'll be like a triple sword gun, an exploding sword gun, a laser sword gun, an exploding laser sword gun, a triple exploding laser sword gun, a triple exploding laser hammer weapon, and it just kind of gets absolutely insane. Even some of the base weapons are kind of powerful to begin with, and as soon as they start sort of ramping up into silly things, it's even worse. It's just insane. The enemies are somewhat randomized each time as well. Oh, plus weapons as well. Cool. Yeah, we've got some upgrades as well. Not that once you got the good weapons, there's a lightning hammer sword gun, of course there is, which does that. Obviously, It's a sword that you spiral in front of you that shoots hammers out of it that explode into lasers. There's just a wall of bullets. Yeah, most of this game really kind of devolves into dodge the enemy and just hold the trigger down, because you're not gonna, most of the time you're really not gonna have to aim at them too much. There is a slash eraser. We saw the eraser earlier. This is a slash one. I don't know what difference that does, except it was a little bit wider, I guess. It's about the shape of it. So yeah, we got all those upgrades and things that we can pick up as well as we go, but most of it feels redundant when everything's so insane. It's like some of the weapons are just, they spit out so many bullets across the screen, and then you can pick up a rate of fire upgrade, and you're like, well, why? Why does this need a rate of fire upgrade? Great, I have a quad laser. Quad laser's pretty good. I'll hang on to this for a moment. So yeah, on the top left of the screen, I think it's the red interface would be your ammo. You can see as you shoot bullets, that will deplete. As you run out of bullets, it'll change weapons. You got your health up there as well. You got a little shield recharging meter as well. And yeah, every so often, I'm not sure quite what this is tied to. Every so often, I think it's one of the blue meters up there, actually, to be fair. I need to kind of get in that. One of the blue meters up there lets you change weapons manually if you want, so you can do that every so often, as you can change weapons manually. And that depletes all the bullets on the screen as well. So you've got a shield that recharges as well. That's oh, that guy's dead. Okay, cool. I'm on board with that. Yeah, that's actually indicated by the little blue circle that kind of forms around your avatar. As you play, as you keep going, that'll sort of regenerate over time, and that will absorb one hit for you. So then the red pips are your health. You can pick them up. It's actually, if you're down on health, the game actually seems to be reasonably generous with those as well. I've just had a few occasions where it's like 2 or 3 health pickups on the screen at any given time, and it's just like, oh well, okay. So it's not a scarce resource that I need to be conserving tremendously. Then is it? On top of having the shield as well. So, oh, laser shockwave. I was wondering why I wasn't firing. That's what that is. And now we have sword spam. Woo! Which runs out of ammo instantaneously. And is immediately replaced by an octagun. I think this game kind of pitches itself as being a super hard game. The weapons are just so ridiculous that if you're in any way, shape or form decent at dodging bullets in a shmup, which I'm pleased to say it is at least the traditional style of bullet dodging where, you know, your character's 1 pixel. Okay, it's a mortar, so I can't hit those guys in front of me. So yeah, you are 1 pixel, so you can get through some tiny gaps. As long as you're reasonably competent at dodging things, you can get through quite a lot of attacks in the game. Reasonably okay. There's an upgrade over there. This is kind of one of the issues I have with the game, is that if you're just murdering everything at the front of the screen, the gun boots are awful here. Of course they are. Let's just recharge and change things. Yeah, if you're just murdering everything at the right-hand side of the screen where all the enemies are coming in, all the power-ups are just going to drop over there. And your character moves pretty slow as well, so if you're on the left-hand side of the screen murdering everything on the right-hand side of the screen, and they drop all their power-ups over there, it can be a little tricky to grab some of those power-ups sometimes. These guys are firing on bullets that are a little tricky to dodge. There we go, a big ray should take care of most of them. And there's some health again to top me back up. I'm back on full health, my shields are nearly regened. So yeah, and there's an upgrade over there I should probably try to get. Ammo capacity. Nope, that's gone. See what I mean about trying to get hold of those things? If that had stayed on the screen, it would have been alright, but that actually faded out before I could even get to it. There's just this weird sense of balance that, I don't know, it seems like they were going for a really hard game, and well, I'm not saying it's a bad game, I'm by no means saying it's a bad game. It doesn't seem like it's necessarily what they were going for. They were like, let's make a really challenging game that's really silly and over the top and fun. Well, you got the silly and over the top bit. See, there's 4 health on the screen there. That's ridiculous. That's too much health. Yeah, they got the silly and insane bit right, but the weapons are so silly and insane, it kind of detracts from quite considerable amounts of the challenge. Okay, now onto the boss, and I have a full shield and full health again. And an insane laser weapon that's going to cut through it. I'm pretty sure this boss is a... Well, I'm pretty sure that's a penis. I'm quite certain that's a penis. Oh yeah, so we can just do that. There is a weapon in the game as well that you can acquire that I am also pretty sure is just a penis. It just shoots a penis-shaped blob of bullets. I will show you the... Once I've defeated this, I will show you the mono weapon mode, which... Or when I've defeated or died to this, one of the two anyway. Yeah, that's a penis. I'll show you the mono weapon mode, which actually does let you pick your weapon and not change it, which kind of changes things dramatically and sort of kind of seems to defeat the point of the game, if we're honest. But nonetheless, it's in there, and you can basically have a look at a lot of the default weapons. And dang it, I got clipped by something. I've died 10 times. Yeah, let's go into mono weapon and have a look at things. So you can kind of see what these weapons are. You can pick out the one that you think is the most insane and overpowered, and you are allowed to make progress with these weapons in this mode as well. That's how I beat level 3 and got unlocked level 4. Basically, you don't get... I don't think you get to pick where you start with this one, so you are forced to start at level 1 and work your way through the entire game in mono weapon. But you can just pick the ones that are just most ridiculous and will destroy everything. So some of these are just kind of okay. Spirograph's pretty beastie. That's just going to shoot like pretty much anything anywhere near you. Shower's a nice weapon, but it's not going to do much for enemies at the top of the screen. There's your wall. You can just choose to play with that. What else we got? We got EBF. I don't even know what that stands for. Hyper cannon, cool. A little bit better than your pea shooter, just a little bit. Might want to get some rate of fire upgrades on that thing there. Am I right? Ultra Orber is, yeah, that would probably do some damage to a few things. Shield face. Oh, we just saw that against the boss. That was pretty nice. Exterminator fires bullets in an X. Haha. Eraser. Spiral weapon. Pretty nice. Shell. Similar to other things we've seen. Also pretty good. That's the one. Yes, it's called the Penetrator. Look what shape the bullets are. It's firing. Really, guys? Oh, it changes your ship to be an appropriate shape as well. Great. 8 times pea shooter. Plasma blast. Meteor shower. You can just summon a storm of meteors to destroy all of your foes for you, which is kind of stupidly powerful. Spam cannon is kind of my favorite because it's in goddamn sane. I still died to the 4th boss with this, mind you, but it's pretty in goddamn sane. Final gun, I don't know what that is actually, because it actually doesn't demonstrate that one. I should probably give that one a go, actually see what that does. Oh, it makes everything go black and white and utterly destroys every enemy on the screen. Interesting. Yeah, that's and everything goes slow motion as well. Okay, sure. Okay. That's why there's no firing animation for it, because it's just insta-kill and remove every enemy that is on the screen. So yeah, that's, I suppose you are allowed to make progress with this as well. This is included in the game for you to make progress with and actually complete the game. You will unlock for future levels and such with this gun. It might take you twice as long because you're moving at literally half the speed, but nonetheless, if you were pretty dedicated to getting the 2 achievements in this game, which are both seem to be tied to killing the final boss, yeah, this would probably be a pretty good way to go about it. Of course, I'm intrigued as to how much damage this does to a boss, and if it actually insta-kills a boss enemy as well. I've never seen this come up in the random weapon generation though, so I guess you're kind of lucky if you get hold of this. How much ammunition they're going to give you for that, I don't know. Probably 1 shot. Sort of thing that you'd be kind of hoping would pop up right before the boss wave, so you could just be like, yeah, I'm going to just kill this boss now. Well, that's that. Let's concede that. Go back. Yeah, that one's kind of pretty insane. Lightning hammer, lightning, I guess. It's a lightning bolt that shoots a hammer that shoots lightning across the screen. I think that's what it is, unless the text goes even further off the right-hand side of the screen because it's too big for my monitor. Where we got? There are so many of them. Rays, a big ray's a pretty good one. I like that one. And yeah, as I say, all these have got their own weird sort of quirks and variations. Let's hop on in with the spam cannon and just kind of sit here and make some pretty good progress, because it kind of just kills everything. You still have the press B to transform function in this mode, but it don't do squat for you. It'll kill all the bullets, so... Oh, hang on. I hadn't figured that one out before. Oh, it changes it so that it adds modifiers to the weapon. So you get the variance of this. So I can change it back to a regular spam cannon. I'll kill some of these guys until I'm able to change again. Whoops. Lost a little bit of health. That's okay. There's a bit there. And then we can go to spam cannon. Okay, I guess it doesn't give you as many modifiers as you might want, which is a little bit of a shame. Either RNGesus hates me, I don't know, one of the two. When I tried it before, it didn't do anything, which is why to be fair, I didn't think it did anything. But yeah, I guess if you keep pressing that at regular intervals just to get rid of the bullets and occasionally get something like giant spam cannon, or I don't know, laser spam cannon or something, maybe hang on to that and make good use of that. Of course, if the enemy is hurling a stupid amount of bullets at you and you kind of want to clear the bullets off the screen, you're going to have to transform, I guess. We can improve the drop rate on all the items, so we can get even more modifiers for this thing, because, it's a little underpowered, am I right? Still got a spam cannon. Still disappointed that I still only have a spam cannon. Merely a spam cannon. It's okay. I'll console myself by murdering literally everything in the game with it. It's alright. It's fine. No biggie. Oh yeah, this is Desperate Times. I don't think this game has a lot of life and replayability, but it is a stupid bit of silly fun if you're into the shmup style stuff. And, well, I am. So, it's been an entertaining diversion. The problem, I feel, I guess more so for the devs than anybody else, really, is that it sits in that weird place where you can probably have seen everything you need to see and have gotten your fill of the game within 2 hours, which is the Steam refund limit. So, yeah, you could, if you just played around with mono weapon or whatever, if you didn't really feel inclined to really sink a lot of time into messing with silly stuff, you could get your money back on this pretty quickly and easily. So this is killing this guy. I can just get rid of that so I can hop around in front of it. And then we can probably kill this guy before he hits me. It's okay. He's down. There we go. That guy's out. So yeah, this will be available tomorrow on Steam for Windows for the princely sum of $4.99 or your regional equivalent. And yeah, I can see how Steam being what it is, there are and will be people who will absolutely have their fill of this game in under an hour and be like, hey, I want my $5 back. I can have my $5 back and I want my $5 back because Steam. Which I think is more a concern for the devs than anybody else. For everybody else, yes. Only refund games if they don't work or you really hate them. Don't refund them because you finished them. That's a really bad attitude to have. If you enjoy this game, if you think you're going to get a kick out of it and want to spend $5 to play a game that you're going to get a kick out of for an hour, then, and you do get a kick out of it for an hour, then absolutely keep the game for God's sake. Don't refund it. Just a bit of friendly advice. That's how we get interesting and entertaining titles. Although, as I say, there's still definitely some issues, so, if say your Xbox pad does not work well with this game and it is really unplayable, I would consider that to be a valid reason to refund it. So, hey, there we go. This is not really a discussion for here and now, though, so I'm going to leave this for here. Thank you very much for watching. I've been Meroka. This has been Desperate Times. And, I guess that calls for some desperate measures. Like, infinite spam cannon! Thank you for joining me. I will see you next time.